Hey everybody, hi, I'm Bobbie Grennier, and today I have a little tutorial for you on tips and tricks for Google Slides. Before we get started, I wanted to say here's my website over here if you want to come visit me and see the things that I'm up to, and up here is my Twitter handle if you want to come visit me online. You're welcome to do that. And before we get started, I'd really love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Down below is the link to subscribe, and right next to it there's this little bell. Click that bell so that you get the notifications to see what I am teaching next. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so here we are, tips and tricks for Google Slides. Let's get started. So let's move forward here on the planning of this little tutorial. What I'm going to do is try to show you some tips and tricks for using Google Slides, and we're going to look at the implementation. I'm thinking 6 Google Slide shortcuts. That ought to be pretty good. And then the materials that we're going to be using will be we're going to learn to do the click and drag over the startup slide, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Second thing is to make a background image so that it is movable, to cut and paste slides from other presentations, how to dictate your text, how to add sound, and how to add animation. So let's get started here. First thing I want you to do is to open a new tab, and so we go on up here. I have a new tab already open, and I have typed into it right here in the URL. I type slides.new. So when you do that and then you hit your return, and it's going to open a new slide show for you in the edit mode. So let me get back over here and shrink myself so that I'm out of the way so you can see what's going on here. So the first thing I wanted to do was to show you how to slide your cursor over this area on the slide. See how I'm doing that? I clicked and I'm holding it, and now I'm going to let it go. And when I let it go, notice how everything highlighted. So I don't want any of that, so this is the first thing I do. I click, drag, let it go, and it highlights this, and then I hit a delete key, and it's gone. So now I have an empty slide to work with. Alright, so that was our first part of the tutorial. Number 1 was to click and drag over the startup slide. And now I've shown you how to do that to get rid of that things that you don't want. The second thing is to make a background image so that it is immovable, so that it cannot move. What we want to do is to click here and change the background. And here's where I can choose an image. I have a choice of uploading using my camera, inserting a URL, picking something out of my photos, out of my Google Drive, or I can have Google search for it, and that's what I'm going to do here. Let's just go, let's look for a chalkboard, and then hit return. And here I've got all kinds of examples to choose from, and just pick the one you want. I think maybe I like this one. So it highlighted it. You see that blue frame. Come down here, hit insert. If I like it, I can keep it. I'm done. If I don't like it, I would have changed and tried something else. Alright, so that's our second thing that we were working on. Now you have a background that will not move, and it is the very back layer. Our third thing we're going to do is to cut and paste slides from other presentations. So I've gone ahead and I've opened up my How to Use Google Keep, And let's just copy that particular slide. So do you see how it is highlighted in yellow over here? I'm going to go to my keyboard. I'm going to do Control C for copy. And now I'm going to go back over here to the presentation we were working on. This is the slide that I'm currently on. I'm going to hit Control V for paste. And what it just did, let me move myself out of the way, is it just went from one slideshow presentation. It took the slide and has now pasted into this new slideshow that I'm working on. And it opens up this window that's asking us, do I want to link to the other slideshow? Like, do I want to bring forward that information? I don't want to link to it because I'm making a totally new presentation. I'm not going to refer to that one at all. So I'm actually going to say do not link and choose that, and then we're good to go. So now this slide belongs to this slideshow. There's still that slide in the other slideshow. I can show you that it's still there. I just made a copy of it and pasted it into this one. So that is how simple it is to actually just move a slide from one presentation to another. Now we want to dictate some text. So let's go back over here. So let me show you how this works. And it's a little trick. You're going to need a plug-in to be able to do this. So let me go back to our presentation here. And what I'm going to do is get a word box on here. Now you need an add-on. So under, not under tools, under add-ons, what you need is a tool that's called a slides translator. And the slides translator, you're going to pick, you can pick sidebar or floating, it doesn't really matter. I'll show you sidebar. So basically it opens over here onto the side, and I just click this. I'm going to dictate my text, and then I click it again to stop it, and then watch what happens. So I would like to enter some text into this space, period. This space, oh, okay, so I said period, so I actually triggered an end to it, something new that I didn't even know it would do. So you can do that, or you can click. There we go. All right, let's format it. Change the text color to white so that we can read this really easily. And let's see here. I would like to increase the size. So let's just make it like 18 so that you can read it. Anyhow, so what you see is that now I've got some text. Normally when you go to use the Google Slides feature and you say I want to insert under the tools is the voice type, but it only types down in the speaker notes down below, down here. That's not where we wanted the text to go. So what you do is get this add-on called Slides Translator, and then use that to get the text in the box. And that's really helpful to the little kids, young students who are struggling with big words. It helps get them started in the writing process. So the next thing we're going to do is add some sound. Let's go back to our presentation. I want to insert some audio. Let's see what I have. How about sleigh bells ringing? So basically I've gone into my Google Drive, clicked what I wanted, clicking insert. There it is. So now when I play it, I should get the sound of bells ringing. So now what I'd like to do is to show you how to add some animation. It's pretty easy. Go to the menu, open slide, go down, look for transition down here, click that. When you do, it's going to pop open this motion sidebar, and then I can I pasted in a Bitmoji while you weren't looking, and I'm going to now animate that Bitmoji. I have it highlighted. Now I'm going to add the animation so it sees that, and I don't want it to be on click. I just want it to be, I usually mark after previous because I want it to automatically happen. I don't want you to have to click something. So this one, it was set to fade. I don't want fading. I want to fly in from the right. So make it look like it just ran onto the page. All right, let's see what that looks like. There you go. That's animation. So once you have it in there, now that slide is animated, and when you're in the presentation mode, then it will do this automatically for you. Okay, just kind of evaluating what we've walked through. Some things that you can do: you can have students present to the class one shortcut and let them teach each other. You could allow students to self-correct as they discover errors. As they're making these different things, you know, they can adjust things. And your pro tip is that when Google Slides are in the present mode, the boxes are not movable. So students need to work in edit mode. So if you want them to physically move stuff around, then know that about Google Slides ahead of time. I hope you enjoyed learning a few tips and tricks about Google Slides. If you did, I'd really like it if you would follow me. BobbieGrenier.com is my website. @BobbieGrenier is my Twitter handle. Computerbasedlearning.org is where I provide tips, tricks, and tutorials for other teachers. And EDUlivestream.com is my live streaming / podcasting website where I teach you how to do live stream and how to be a teacher behind a video camera. So until next time, thanks. Follow me.